Welcome to August video. Okay, for those that said no morning glory in your garden, this is why. It will come places that you do not want it to come. See it creeping up on my front porch. Kids have left a little bike laying here for a couple of days and it's taking it over. It's not that hard to clean out places you don't want it. My daughter set a baby swing out here for a lady that said she wanted it maybe 2 days ago. And you can see it's vining up on the metal toward the bottom. Anyway, I will get it cleaned up because I do like it where I want it, but this is what they mean by morning glory will take over. Okay, who's ready to walk through the end of August garden? Woo! It has been hot and dry, and I've learned a lot. Summer cold, excuse the sound there, a little bit congested. I believe it is either ragweed or sneezeweed going around right now, but nonetheless, let's take a look at the end of August and see how we're surviving in South Carolina. Okay, coming into the kitchen garden. Mexican petunia's doing great. This is my personal problem with things in pots. You can see I did not water enough and my strawberry mint looks rough. It does have quite a bit of seeds on it. I believe it'll come back if I just keep watering it. Orange mint's hanging in there a little better, but I am not the best. I'm a little bit negligent with my potted plants. You can see here that my normally absolutely beautiful purple morning glory is not beautiful because guess what? Groundhogs decided to climb up on the top and eat it all several times, and we are still battling Mr. Groundhog. So normally where this would be full and beautiful, it is not. And even the cucamelons, they did not do especially well this year either. There are a few on the vine, but I don't know, we haven't been good about harvesting either. Stuff in the ground, lamb's ear, looking great. Sedum here, autumn joy sedum looks fantastic. Got a few little smaller tomatoes we went for a second round on, and they look like they're okay. These are Mexican sunflowers. Let's see if I can find one that's still pretty this morning. Beautiful. That had been in a sewing jug. The basil here is absolutely gorgeous, going to seed. Now, what did I learn here about the pineapple sage? It gets huge and bushier than I thought, so it's completely crowded out my peppers. I have some cayenne peppers under here that are little. I've got some on the other side of the house that are huge. The 4 o'clocks, they have passed their glory, but they are lovely. The ginger and the turmeric here have just done wonderfully. We're going to be harvesting those. Lemon basil showing out a little bit here. Cosmos still hanging in there. Variegated sage looking great. Chamomile did not do well here. It's beautiful, it's green, but it never bloomed. So I'm gonna have to find a new spot. Again, things in pots, not looking so good. My mints, even. So I have got to make some decisions about putting things in grounds just because of my own negligence. The Carolina jasmine here, it's coming where I don't want it. So this winter, it's gonna get a massacre. I tried to transplant some mullein over here, did not do so well because it was just too hot. I'll have to see if I can harvest any seeds off of it, if any were viable. The stevia is doing great. The tarragon has come back beautifully, ready for another harvest of that. Need to harvest both of these. And again, things in pots not looking so good. Some of them not awful. Begonia's good. The oh Lord, Mandevilla looks good. Over here we've got feverfew. I never did harvest any of it. What did I learn about myself? That I've got enough to handle with all the planting, and I did okay with that. But I did not harvest as much as I should have. I did discover that this, I was wondering, was it this black-eyed Susan vine or was it the bindweed? And it is black-eyed Susan vine. So next year I will relocate that and use it differently. I love it coming up on the fence here, and I may just use that and try to move it as it pops out and put it on the fence. Parsley, looking okay here. Toothache plant, a little bit back there. My oregano has come back. Told you that it would. It looks good, but it's not enough to harvest again, right? We had cut it a little bit too small this year. Eggplants, looking to see if I have any more. I've harvested a couple off of here. None right now. Back here is a, let's see, not mullein. not mullein, but comfrey. So it looks like we've got a good comfrey started here. Hopefully we can keep that going and move it in future years to different places, but keep a mother plant there. Look how little this doggone lamb's ear is now compared to how huge it was in my flower bed, but we will be moving that. All the toothache plant back there is absolutely beautiful. Hear my daughter's go, "Hi, French fry, hear you." This is a blue mist flower, again, for all the space it took in my garden and for the little beauty, although it's about to start blooming. But if it doesn't bloom until we're getting ready to start September, I just don't want it here. It has done a number on my, hey, French fry. Do you see French fry? That's my daughter's go. "Good morning, darling. You need a snack?" Let me get off here and get him some beans. I'll be back. Okay, French fry's happy with his green bean over there. All right, we'll keep going on. A little bit more sedum here, looking good. A rose of Sharon Althea that I let come up on this side. Normally I try to keep it out of this space. Let's go over to our beds here. This bed I had intended, said I was going to plant root vegetables all season, and I didn't. I planted a few here at the top, carrots. You can see they're doing fine in here, and marigold. Got Miss Marigold over here doing fine. I'm going to push her over in there a little bit so her dead blooms will actually stay in the bed. Our long bean trellis here has done wonderfully, and again, where did we fall short on harvesting? So I'm just letting these finish out on the vine so we can collect the seeds. Here. Goodness. Well, looks like he's going right over our mulberry tree. Where are you, buddy? There he goes. Anyway, bean harvest, doing great. And then I'm going to decide what about this trellis. I was waiting to see if it was the black-eyed Susan vine, and it seems like it all is, but I just don't think that it's pretty enough or has enough blooms for me to let it be this thick and take up this room when it's not edible. So I'll continue to think about what to do with this, but at least I'll know what it is next year when it's coming up and be able to relocate it. Look at this awful squash bug. Squash bugs have made me mad this year for sure. Anyway, on our beans, they did perfectly well. We fell short on harvesting, especially at the end. So now they're just finishing out the season by drying out. Down here, we've got some Mallard Bosch spinach. Still, I mean, such a beautiful plant. I tried to give some away on just not people either understanding how beautiful it is, not even if you don't want to eat it. It is just lovely. It makes a beautiful arbor. And I hate to, it just volunteered because I planted last year, but I did not plant this year. And most of I'd say July and August is when it started the little seed beds like this. Look at the little pink-ish flowers. They will turn purple. They also make a great dye. So maybe some of you that weave baskets or do wool or something, beautiful purple dye. Anyway, then we're on to oh, hi, little lizard. I don't know if I can see him moving around in there. But lots of signs of life. My walking onions came up beautifully. They were clumped and clustered, and we have separated them and replanted here. We think that's the right thing to do. Let you know how that proceeds along. But I want this bed to be mostly onions. This basil, yum, smells so good. These eggplants never became anything. Stayed a little too small. These walking onions, again, this is an experiment for me. I replanted them immediately. The other ones I took out, trimmed down, then replanted, and I can see they're coming out as well. So trying to learn what's the best technique for my garden. That's about all that's left in the kitchen garden. Oh, I did have a couple of Jerusalem artichokes. Now this is just falling down and falling over the sidewalk because they're so big, out of my hospital bed here. So I will be moving these things. I have expressed before on the other videos that this is where I put stuff until I know where I want to plant it. So the pink sorrel, I've got a spot for it. The purple heart, I will be moving it as well. And of course this Jerusalem artichoke, which is the yellow sunflowers. Beautiful, beautiful. Heading on out of the kitchen garden, walking on up to the mailbox garden here at the highway, and you can't hurt canna, so it doesn't matter how hot it's been. It's just not blooming as profusely as we would like because we don't water anything up here. But it's coming along, and our dogwood trees have made it through the heat, so we're hoping that they'll be good all year. Turn to the orchard area in front of our house. Excuse me. Our apple trees have hung in there pretty good. Our Dutch fork pie pumpkin here. I do not think that I have ever gotten any fruit yet. So it did not do very well. Here we are the last week of August. I do have, oh, I lied. Look, we have one and there's squash bugs around it. I might be spritzing just for the sake of getting rid of those bugs. Everything else looks good except I have one deceased peach tree over there. That's disheartening. I do have one Dutch fork pop. Oh my gosh, look what I've done. I let my 2 cantaloupes stay out here too long and now they are rotted. That is completely my bad. Again, not knowing how, when, or keeping a good enough eye on harvesting. Got another green one over here, so maybe I can protect it and get it to fruition. I'll have to get out here and clean that up. Here's a little watermelon. So things are little and late, but I'm gonna have to figure out when to harvest. They say you look at the plant, you follow back to the closest tendril after it. I don't know if it matters which side, and see if it's dead. And when it's dead, it's ready to harvest. So, dang it, messed up 1, 2, 3 cantaloupes I see right over there. I'm gonna be out here and get some of these, even though they're little watermelons. At least the biggest one I've got, and see, I've got lots of little watermelons. This is good. Looks like this is the biggest one. And the other end has this. Okay, I think this one's ready to harvest. See this right here, dead tendril? I think that's the thing that I've been looking for. And it's got a yellowish spot on the bottom. I'm gonna harvest this one. So I'll be back for that as soon as I finish this video. And it looks like I've got lots of other little watermelons up here. The rest of the orchard area still looking pretty good. Everything's staying alive except for that one peach tree up there that is deceased. My figs have not done very well. I think I'm gonna have to start babying them a little more. I'm not gonna trim them back this winter. What I've read said yes, but my fig bush in the back that I did not trim out did wonderful. We got lots of good figs off of. The ones up here that were trimmed down for the winter, they just never made a good go of it after that. So I'm not doing that again. All right, shady area, thank the Lord. Some beautiful flowers coming up here. Things coming along. Weeds not too bad over here. Looking pretty good. Now, we've got quite the mess over here on the fence. We did harvest quite a few grapes, but we did not keep up with it, and they just got, I don't know, got to do a better trellising system, come up with something different for these grapes. And my loofah. Now, this loofah is on a trellis over there, and it is just huge and has come this way. The last week of August, right now, is the first time that I have actually found female flowers. Let me show you. Here's one way out here on the ground. Okay, flowers are beautiful. So behind the flower, when you see this little fruit-like, this is a female flower, thank goodness. All the ones that have these little flower clusters, so like this little guy has all these clusters behind it, those are male flowers, right? And I have only been seeing male flowers all summer and was thinking there would be no female. Something was wrong. I did research it quite a bit more to find out I was supposed to be pruning this, and I have not. So it is just taken over. You'll see how huge it is when we get to the other side. Okay, on the front of the house is south, so I'm standing on the west side now. So they're getting the southern sun. This side garden here has peppers, tomatoes in the beds. The blue flower you see there is chicory. Plenty of peppers. Peppers have done well. This is Jimmy Nardello. Oh, I forget what these are. These are lemon drop peppers in here. Basil doing pretty good. Tomatoes, the volunteer tomatoes did great. The ones that were specific varieties I planted have not done so great. But we have a bit of time here. We'll have all of September and October. First frost isn't expected until like November 22nd of this year, I think. But we've got quite a bit of time. So we're gonna hang in there and see how it continues. I killed my little watermelon that was here. I discovered a watermelon I didn't know was up underneath all the mess when I was weeding and cleaning up. And so I took it in, and it was not ripe yet. And the one that had been on here for a while rotted in the field because I did not harvest it in time. So I'm just got to learn how to do this. This is a very large pepper plant here. I have, oh goodness, there's one back there. I don't remember what these are. These are Marconi Red. This is not red yet. I don't even know if you can see, but it's a beautiful, beautiful pepper. Again, peppers and tomatoes not doing too bad over here, but this is the Malabar spinach on this side, and the two of them together is too much. So I've got to rethink the way that I'm gonna do these beds for next year. The groundhogs have eaten all the leaves off of my sweet potatoes. That makes me extremely upset because I love sweet potatoes. Here's another beautiful large pepper plant doing well over here. Little lunchbox peppers in here. Again, peppers have done well. Tomatoes have done okay. I wouldn't say well, but okay. And this is what I meant. Here's the arb, or the trellis for the loofah, but it comes all the way across the whole side of this bed, over the fence, out there. And like I said before, I was not seeing any female flowers until like last week. And look, there's another female flower. I just hope that they are indeed getting pollinated by all these male ones, but now you see there's a squash bug too, so that does not make me happy. Fingers crossed, maybe we'll get some loofah. I'm really hoping for it. The peppers under here have not been doing too bad. In fact, walk around to the other side. Oh, look, I'm gonna get a loofah. That one's growing for sure. Y'all, I'm so excited. This is the first one that I've seen where I could say, yes, that was fertilized or pollinated, pardon me. But coming under, looks like this one's growing as well. I could take some time to look around, but now I'm encouraged. I'll at least have some loofah to experiment with, and I'm excited about that. Look at all these. That doggone groundhog is eating all the leaves off my sweet potatoes. Beautiful marigolds sitting in there. Okay. And here we are. Look at all these squash bugs. I despise these creatures, I'm here to tell you. But my cayenne peppers have been great. They've been doing well. All right, that's all I'm going to do up here for now. I guess last night's storm came from the southwest. It was blowing this direction, and you can see it did a number on my Roselle hibiscus. So I've got some bungees here. Let me try to bungee these back up and get them looking better. All right, coming down the pool, you've got this little bed on the end here that was new this year. And I was just commenting yesterday how beautiful these Roselle hibiscus have been. Absolutely gorgeous. But we had a storm last night that laid them all over. Broke many of them, and I've been out here this morning tying these up. They are not as pretty as they were, but I had no idea they would get this big or weighty. See how the branches are kind of weighty like that? And last night the little storm we had just wiped them out. I'm hoping still for a good harvest of these, fingers crossed. I had planted okra in front of these, and you can see they have not done well. They've done just a little bit. We've had a little okra, that's about it. And I've planted more along the front of the pool, but they, I guess, didn't have time to come up and do anything. So this is the back side of the hill up here that you see. Not looking too bad, but not doing too well either. I'm hoping to get my lettuce tower going again. The strawberries survived out of the top. Didn't expect anything else to, but I've cleaned it up and we need to replant it here very soon. Had to step out of the sun for a second. We've been pressure washing our upstairs decks. Everything down here is covered up with plastic, but our elephant ear garden, remember I told you that these elephant ears would get huge, and you can see we tied some of them back. We're making sure that our walkways are spaced appropriately across here. Planning on planting peas and then get started with our fall garden here and here if we can pull the elephant ears far enough back to go ahead and get that planted. So we just again had sweet potatoes planted in this hill, and the lovely groundhogs ate all the leaves off of them. The cucamelons did very well vining, but we just didn't get that much fruit, and the tomatoes just did not seem to have enough nutrition. So we have spots where things did well. I think I've got some cucumbers under here, but this plant not looking well from the squash bugs. I've got a couple cucumbers that I need to get down here and get pulled out, but had a good little section here where the tomatoes have done decently, but I don't know if it's just a nutrition issue, happens to be good right here and not down there, or what the problem is. But August Lynn has been a tired Lynn and not been out here and babying things as much as I should have. So we got plenty to do. We've got some tarp down on the ground here to kill the grass that was coming through our mulch. And again, over here is our future in-ground garden. Queen Helene's fallen trees are still back there. Like I said before, we have harvested buckets of figs from our fig bush. It's a brown turkey fig that's been back here for quite a while. I believe they're all gone now, because we have been enjoying eating those, and I'm glad that the animals let us do that. We did cut back this peach tree tremendously. There was just so many peaches on it, it was breaking. And the groundhogs came and harvested all of them for us, and we did not get to enjoy any of them. Okay, there you go. There's my evidence. See him down there eating a peach. He proceeded to empty the entire tree, he and or a friend or two. But they have great hearing. The second I crack the sliding glass door to open it and step out, he will take off. Yep, there he goes. And off he goes with my peach. Got another blueberry here and a couple of elderberry plants here. A mulberry tree here we would like to keep trimmed, so we need to get that one down and keep it where we can harvest fruit from it easily and not let it get big like the tree in the front. Have you ever seen a castor bean plant? Here you go. It was this little thing a guy gave me, and I had no idea it would get that huge. I've read about it. You can see it's getting ready to bloom a little up there. It is poisonous. I believe it's ricin that it has in it, so we won't be doing any edible stuff of it, but we have learned a lot from it and trying to decide whether or not we're going to keep it. All right, and pretty elephant ear here in the corner. That's about it. Okay, y'all, I am hot and tired. Appreciate you walking around with me today. And I'd have to say for August in South Carolina, I've learned that I started plenty of stuff. I just definitely do not need to take on any more than that. And I did not do a good job in the end with keeping things harvested and preserved. We had quite a bit of fresh eating and enjoyed some things, but I'm gonna just have goals and try to do better. I really want a freeze dryer. If anybody knows anything about a freeze dryer, please let me know. They're expensive, but I don't know, it's kind of fascinating. So nonetheless, that's it for October. I hope you guys are all doing well. Be blessed, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye-bye.